Today we're talking about the Lenovo S10 mini netbook. It's probably the best one in its class, and we gave it a 9 out of 10, and we're going to explain why that is.
It's actually the most powerful netbook that we've tested so far. It was the only one that was able to pass our benchmark test, which says enough.
Right.
Kind of sets the bar for us.
That's right.
I mean, granted, it's still low powered. It's running the Intel Atom processor, 1.6 gigahertz, like most netbooks are. But for some reason, this one just kind of tops it.
Let's talk quickly about the specs really quick. So it's 160 gigabyte hard drive. That's the biggest one out of all the netbooks that are out there.
One of the major downfalls of this netbook for me is that it only lasts about 2 hours at most. And, I would want to be taking this thing to the cafe a lot or just traveling a lot, leaving my premium computer at home and bringing this thing along. And, if this thing only lasts 2 hours, it's like, well, how much can I do with this? How often am I going to have to, bring the charger with me to everywhere I go?
Right.
And it would be interesting if this thing had a 6-cell option. 6-cell batteries usually last around 4 hours. 3 cells usually last under 2 hours. Right. Except that it would add a little bit more weight to this thing. This thing already weighs 2.11 pounds, which isn't a lot, but it's not too ideal to go over 3 pounds, I'd say, with these netbooks.
Right.
The MacBook Air, for example, weighs 3 pounds, and that thing costs $1,800, but it's much more powerful, and 3 pounds is okay for a computer of that caliber.
It's almost 4 times as much. So that's the thing. It's you're trying to figure out whether you're willing to pay for that performance, or can you appreciate the fact that it's about $450.
I did an interview with this guy Alan Kay, who was the first person who ever thought of a laptop before, back when computers weighed like 100 pounds and had punch cards and everything.
It's like 30, 40 years ago.
And he devised the notion of a laptop with cardboard models and said, they should be 2 pounds.
Right.
And, another thing Kay said was that these netbooks are still not powerful enough. They're still a little bit too stripped down.
Right.
So I think we're very close to getting there, and this one especially is closer than all the other ones we've tested.
Right. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see where that goes.
Yeah. I mean,
I would love to see a cheap Mac netbook, but that's kind of like sci-fi at this point.
You can hack these though.
You can hack it, exactly.
Put OS 10 on these things.
We're a couple of years away from really powerful netbooks with really good batteries. In the meantime, this is probably the best one that they have out there, and we recommend it with our 9 out of 10 score.